Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Made a video earlier this morning talking about the transfer portal chaos. Of course, Tennessee has got their quarterback this morning. I talked about needing to add a wide receiver. I talked about what the most realistic option probably was. They want to add a body on the defensive line, and that's probably going to be tomorrow morning's video. Going to talk about some guys that are going to be on campus this upcoming weekend, some legitimate targets on that defensive line. And that pretty much looked like where Tennessee was going with this transfer portal window. But now we have another spot to fill, and this one catches me by surprise. Pete Thamel puts it out on Twitter. Tennessee safety Jacobe Thomas is entering the NCAA transfer portal. Thomas played last season at Tennessee and has 1 year of eligibility remaining. He started his career at Middle Tennessee State. Again, what catches me by surprise here, Jacobe Thomas, an in-state kid, a Tennessee kid, you would have thought it was his dream to play for Tennessee, and now it's his time to shine. But he is entering the transfer portal. Played in 11 games this season, 22 tackles, 1 sack, and a fumble recovery. Of course, we know he played behind Will Brooks, who had a phenomenal senior campaign. But, man, you could just see the speed. You could see the athleticism. I felt like Jacobe Thomas could possibly be an upgrade in 2025 at the safety position. So now you look at this spring portal window, you look at who Tennessee has lost. Of course, we've talked about Nico to death, but you look at the defensive backfield. Christian Charles, John Slaughter, both off to the portal. We lost a couple of guys on the offensive line in Aiden Bussell and Larry Johnson. You know, I hate that we lost Larry Johnson, but I understand. I get it. Right, I understand Christian Charles not starting, wanting to get some playing time. John Slaughter maybe wanting to get some playing time. But I just can't wrap my head around why Jacobe Thomas would want to enter the portal. It's his opportunity. Next man up. Unless it's about money. Austin Price over at VolQuest put on the General's Quarter shortly after this news breaks. He says, this is why college athletics is in trouble, kids. Listen to agents. And he believes his worth is pretty grand. I'd be surprised if someone is willing to give him what he's asking for. Hope for him he gets it. This is now the third safety you've lost in this spring portal window. So where does Tennessee go from here, right? It's late. It's late in this window. The portal's not going to be open that much longer. I've talked a lot about Caleb Beasley, a guy that made the switch from corner to safety. He's had a great spring camp. Could he possibly be a guy? Idris Farouk is another guy that could step up, but you've got to add another body, if not just for depth alone. And there's a guy out there. We got to update on him. Maybe Tennessee was ahead of the game here and kind of had an idea. Maybe they saw the writing on the wall. We're going to take a look at a portal target that is expected to visit Tennessee. But before we do that, I need you guys to do me a favor. You already know what I'm going to ask you. Just hit the thumbs up right down there below the video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy, it helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if it's your first time here, welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. We're not experts here. We're not insiders. We're not media. We're not journalists. We're not reporters. We don't pretend to be that. We don't fake that. What we are is exactly what you guys are. We're fans. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you like it, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we drop a video or when we go live. Going live every Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, playing EA Sports College Football, but talking all things Tennessee football. If you like what we do and want to support, there's also a join button down below. You can become a member of the channel, custom Talkin VAWLS emojis, access to fan call-in shows. We're going to start doing members-only streams where the members are the only ones that have access. But if you like what we do, that's the best way to support. But let's go talk about a possible target in the portal, because we knew we needed to add a quarterback after Nico left. Obviously, you got to have 3 scholarship quarterbacks. We knew that we needed to add a body in that wide receiver room, and as excited as I am about the young talent in that room, of course, Mike Matthews, Braylon Staley, Chris Brazzell, but then also the young freshmen, right? Rad Jackson, Travis Smith, Blue Carter coming over to offense. We know we needed to add somebody in that wide receiver room. We continue to monitor and watch defensive linemen. Going to be talking about that in the morning. But now, with the absence of Jacobe Thomas, we need to go add a body in the secondary, and here is an option. Miami defensive back Zaquan Patterson is entering the portal. Sources confirm to Rivals Friedman. He was a top 40 prospect in the 2024 class, played in 12 games as a true freshman. So the question here is, does Tennessee have interest? And I think they do. We got an update from Pete Nakos that we're going to get into here in just a moment. But again, played safety at Miami, 6 foot, 195 pounds, spent 1 season there. So he's got 3 years of eligibility remaining, played in all 13 games. That says 12. He played in all 13 games last year, tallied 19 tackles with three pass breakups. He was a 4-star prospect coming out of high school. According to the On3 industry rankings, he was ranked inside the top 100, 92nd overall. as a 4-star safety. Here's a scouting report on Zaquan Patterson, a hard-hitting defender that has played mostly safety on Friday nights but could eventually grow into a 3-down linebacker. Made a name for himself as a youngster in the local parks for the Miami Garden Ravens before getting varsity snaps as a freshman at TRU Prep and then winning a pair of state titles as a sophomore and junior at Hollywood Chaminade Madonna Prep. At his best, when he's asked to come downhill and make stops near the line of scrimmage, as he's a natural body striker that is quick to sift through traffic and meet the football. I love it. I love a safety with physicality. I love a throwback safety, a guy like Ronnie Lott, a guy that's going to make you fear coming over the middle. And that's what I liked about Jacobe Thomas. I think Jacobe Thomas played with a chip on his shoulder. He played aggressive. He played physical. So I like reading that Zaquan Patterson maybe brings that physicality as well. Goes on to say he's gotten more and more comfortable in both man and zone coverage over the years and has shown on the 7-on-7 circuit that he can hang with most large wide receivers and tight ends. Has assembled some of the best special teams highlights we have seen in recent years as he has blocked multiple punts and kicks at the prep level and flies down the field like a heat-seeking missile in both punt and kick coverage. Again, physicality. Limited testing data makes it hard to paint the full picture, but he should be viewed as a versatile back seven defender with tweener measurables that could be a variety of different things and serve as a potential chess piece for defensive coordinator. NFL upside in an era where so many teams want to spread it out. So, again, that's a scouting report on Zaquan Patterson coming out of high school where he was, again, a 4-star prospect, played a lot of football for Miami this past season. So is there interest here? Does Tennessee have a shot? Early in the game, Austin Price had said no, but now Pete Nakos just put out an update about 3 hours ago. So 3 hours ago, you got to think this coaching staff, Tennessee knows that Jacobe Thomas is about to hit the portal. They've had the conversations. So maybe they were ahead of the game here. Here's the latest update from Pete Nakos. Says coming off of visits to Ole Miss and Florida, Tennessee is expected to land the next visit from Miami transfer Zaquan Patterson. Oklahoma State is another school to watch at this point in his recruitment. So keep your eyes and see if Zaquan Patterson ends up on campus. And again, I mentioned this in the video this morning, talking about filling that wide receiver position. Tennessee's got some money to spend here, right? Obviously, every guy that hits the portal opens up the pocketbook, opens up the budget. Nico, for Joey Aguilar, that opened up a lot of money here for Tennessee to spend on other positions in the portal. So what is your priority? Is your priority going and getting a safety like Zaquan Patterson? Is your priority going and getting a wide receiver? You got to wonder what Jacobe Thomas wanted. What was his offer? Is that something you're going to have to up to Zaquan Patterson? Again, it's college football in 2025. These coaches have to make decisions when a player comes to them and holds them hostage and says, I want X amount of money. They have a decision to make. I saw on the General's Quarter, somebody said that Jacobe Thomas also has the same agent as Christian Charles. So are we playing games here and entering the transfer portal? But breaking news just came out that Jacobe Thomas is entering the portal. And then quickly after, I found out Zaquan Patterson is expected to be visiting Tennessee. What are your thoughts? Jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it. As always, smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out the Talkin VAWLS merchandise. You can go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. We got Buck Fama shirts, FUGA, if that's too offensive. We got Beat Florida, Beat Bama, Beat Georgia. We've got brand new Nike merchandise, Nike swoosh on the sleeve, Talkin VAWLS Network on the chest. We got golf polos, quarter zips, whatever you want. We got it. The links are in the description below. But that is going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name's Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.